高兴见到你，再一次会见到你，很感谢您抽时间会见我，非常感谢您，非常感谢。
Shenzhen, China, California Governor Gavin Newsom gets behind the wheel of the newest hybrid from Chinese automaker BYD. This vehicle is self-driving, so it's about to start turning on its own. Whoa! Newsom hands-free as the car moves.
I don't know why you need to do this.
It's a boat too, I guess.
Yeah. Does it float?
Yeah.
This car can be driven in water.
Who needs a car when you can have a car and a boat? And that's what you're seeing right behind me.
We'll be back in a couple days. See you guys later.
Got Hotel California
Yeah.
blasting.
Yeah.
Even though the car plays Hotel California, it's not yet available in California. It currently costs $160,000 in China. Patrick Juan is BYD North America's vice president.
We remain hopeful as to bring our technology and those fantastic products to America.
During COVID, Newsom gave BYD a no-bid contract for $1 billion to make face masks. BYD currently partners with California to produce electric buses in Lancaster. Newsom checking out Shenzhen's fleet of the largest electric bus collection in the world. Not only do they have more buses here than anywhere else, they also have more charging stations, some 40,000 of them throughout Shenzhen.
This is a preview of things to come.
In Shenzhen, Alex Michelson, Fox 11 News.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about GREASY Gavin Newsom, who is the leader of the Communist Party of California. As he is in China, or he went to China to have a meeting with his mentor, Xi Jinping, the leader of the Communist Party of China. Again, this is like a match made in heaven, okay? And as you can see here is the picture of both of them talking, okay? And, you know, the body language speaks volumes about what's going on here, right? You have Xi Jinping has the classic man spread going on, okay? He's sack out, right? While Gavin Newsom has his legs crossed, his sack tucked in, okay? Because, you know, he's from California, so who knows what he got going on, right? But, you know, again, you can see from the body language who's the alpha in the room and who's not, right? Clearly, Xi Jinping is the alpha here, right? This guy is not. And then you have this picture right here, which is a meme of Sackchinian Joe, right, in the corner, looking on, right, as Gavin Newsom, who at this point seems to be the shadow president of the United States, is taking his place meeting with Xi Jinping to sell out the American people, because that's exactly why Gavin Newsom is there. He's there to sell out the American people. So I want to play a couple clips here for you guys to be able to see what this meeting was about. None of you guys should be surprised, right, in regards to what's going on here. And then we're going to talk about it. But before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. Do you want to take control of your financial future, but you don't know where to start? Well, trust me, Noble Gold understands. Investing in precious metals may sound confusing, but the team at Noble Gold Investments makes it easy. Let's hear from actual Noble Gold investment customers. Quote, the staff answer all my questions and help me every step of the way. Quote, no pressure, sales tactics, just honest guidance. Quote, securing my future is less stressful thanks to Noble Gold's expertise. Don't settle for financial uncertainty. They'll suggest options to see if you can diversify into gold and silver. And right now, Noble Gold Investments is offering a free 5-ounce silver America the Beautiful bullion coin for qualifying accounts and rollovers. Don't settle for financial uncertainty. Noble Gold Investments has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless of 5-star reviews. So why wait? Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. The only gold company I trust. And just remember, there's a risk with every investment and there's no guarantee of any kind.
All right, Ginger, thank you. Governor Gavin Newsom has met with Chinese President Xi Jinping this morning in Beijing.
It is part of his trip to promote climate cooperation between California and China. KTLA's Erin Myers live in News Center with the details. Erin, good morning.
Good morning to you both. Today is the governor's third day of a week-long tour of China, where he is pushing climate cooperation. Today, he met with Chinese President Xi Jinping and other top officials. He has been greeted warmly on his visit, even though there have been heightened tensions between China and the United States over the years. Now, in a photo, you can see Governor Newsom and the Chinese president in their meeting, which took place this afternoon in Beijing. They discussed how California and China can continue to work together to advance climate action, promote economic development and tourism, and strengthen cultural ties. He also reiterated how important China is in the world's efforts to reduce pollution.
We built on a memorandum of understanding related to the environment that was signed in 2013-2014. We updated it with 9 core principles to advance our collective strategies and efforts to address the issue that defines our times and defines the purpose of my trip to China, and that's the issue of climate change and the imperative importance of addressing the fundamental fact that we're not going to move the needle on climate change unless the United States and China collaborate together.
China has said that they are willing to work with the United States to advance mutually beneficial cooperation, to manage their differences, and to meet global challenges, among other things, so both countries and the world benefit. The governor speaking out on the relationship as well in a meeting with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi today.
I'm here in expectation, as you suggest, of turning the page, of renewing our friendship, re-engaging on foundational and fundamental issues that will determine our collective fate and future.
Also met with the vice president, who called Newsom an old friend and said that his visit will inject positive energy to the development of the China-U.S. relationship. During his trip, Governor Newsom is visiting Beijing, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and 2 provinces. He is the first governor to be in China since former Governor Brown visited in 2017. But the trip has come with bipartisan criticism. According to NBC News, the 2 countries are at odds over things such as trade and technology, human rights violations, another issue, which is something Governor Newsom said was discussed during his trip. This week-long trip with Newsom comes as both countries are apparently working on a potential meeting with the Chinese president and President Biden. In the News Center, I'm Erin Myers. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? Greasy Gavin is over there in China selling out the American people when it comes to climate change, right? The climate change agenda, which, you know, if you listen to Vivek Ramaswamy and him talk about the climate change agenda, what he talks about is exactly what you're saying. How this is all about selling out to China, right? That is what the climate change agenda is about, because China is the biggest polluter in the world, right? And for whatever reason, we are basically paying them money, aka taxpayer dollars, to produce vehicles, electric vehicles, buses, trucks, whatever, right? To fight climate change. Meanwhile, China themselves, they haven't shown that they're actually really fighting climate change, right? Or that they're serious about fighting it, right? Again, to me, it seems like they're just taking advantage of the stupidity here in the United States. They're like, okay, if you guys want to fight climate change with electric vehicles, we'll make them, right? We'll make them and you guys can buy them from us. And we can make a whole bunch of money off of it, and we're not going to reduce our emissions, okay? I mean, I'm just saying. If you listen, again, this guy, Gavin Newsom, is handing out multi-billion-dollar contracts to Chinese companies to produce Chinese-made vehicles to sell in the United States, in California. Again, this is the Democrat Party, guys, right? This is the Democrat Party, okay? And it's not just the climate agenda, which is the reason why he was over there. He also was talking foreign policy, talking about China's relationship with Taiwan and how the U.S. can manage the situation.
Did you get a sense from him that this relationship is hurtling towards even a hot war in the next few years over Taiwan or whatever it might be? Or what sense did you get from him of a relationship that he wants to have with America going forward?
And the fact that we had access to these high-level meetings, I'll be meeting with 5 provincial governors tomorrow, another extension of this visit, I think is suggestive that we're entering, I hope, a new phase bit of a thawing. The last few years have been very stressful. I think it goes to your question. And we've got to turn down the heat. We've got to manage our strategic differences. We've got to reconcile our strategic red lines. Those are well established between our two countries. But I want to applaud the Biden administration. And on the basis of the engagement I had today with members of the Xi administration, President Xi himself, I want to applaud his willingness to reconcile those differences, people-to-people exchange. The fact he's meeting with the governor of California at the subnational level, I think, is indicative of a thawing.
What I actually think is indicative of is the fact that Sleepy Joe, or Sackchinian Joe, that's my new nickname for Joe, Sackchinian. Sackchinian Joe is being replaced by Greasy Gavin, right? Replacing one communist with another one, okay? This guy has been on a number of international trips. For example, he went to Israel and he joked that I wish I was president of the United States on the trip. I don't think this is a joke, guys. I really do think that Gavin Newsom has basically become the shadow president of the United States, the shadow leader of the Democrat Party, and he is basically becoming the face of the Democrat Party. He's becoming the future. They're slowly but surely abandoning Joe. I mean, this guy is vacationing while we're on the verge of World War III. This guy is taking beach trips, right? While Gavin Newsom is literally traveling around the world on diplomatic missions, right? Again, doing what Joe Biden's supposed to be doing what Kamala's supposed to be doing, right? Where's Kamala?
So let us today celebrate America's diversity and our collective commitment to inclusion and the importance of equity. Yes, I just did do DEI.
Where's Kamala? That's another question, right? I mean, it's almost as if, again, this administration has now been overshadowed by Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Now, I was convinced before that Kamala was going to be the person, right? She was going to be the person to take over Joe. I still don't think there's any way, there's no way that Joe Biden is going to be the Democrat nominee on election day. I just don't think it's going to happen, especially as the polls continue to show Trump pulling away from Biden, okay? I mean, the outlier polls are now becoming like the norm, right? Where we're seeing Trump up consistently 3, 4, 5 points in the national polling, okay? And in swing states as well, too. Trump seems to also have an advantage over Biden. The more you start to see that, I think the more pressure is going to be put on Joe Biden to step down. And the undemocratic Democrats, right? I think what they're going to do, the move is going to be to appear as if Joe is going to be the guy. And then around the summer, once the primaries are over and it's too late to actually really have a primary, all of a sudden, Gavin Newsom is going to be the guy because Joe Biden is going to announce that he's stepping down, right? And Gavin Newsom is going to be the guy, right? He's going to be the guy that's going to step up and replace Joe. That's what I believe, okay? That's what I believe. I believe that the Democrats, who again are always boohoo, whine, and crying about democracy, are going to pull something that is entirely undemocratic. They're not going to hold a primary. I mean, they're already basically not. Joe Biden's not even going to be on the New Hampshire primary, right? He's not even going to be on the ballot. Okay, because they're trying to be woke, right? They want South Carolina to go first because they feel like New Hampshire and Iowa are too white, right? So they want South Carolina to go first. But anyways, they're barely even holding a primary now. I truly believe, I'm at the point now where I'm like, if I had to guess, I would say it's going to be Gavin Newsom over Kamala Harris, right? Kamala Harris is too unpopular. Now, California is a terrible state, right? It's a failed state. However, again, Gavin Newsom is a slick talker. Okay, this is why I call him greasy, right? He's a greasy, slick talker who, in my opinion, probably has the best chance out of any Democrat of actually beating Trump, right? Now, I still believe that Trump versus Gavin Newsom, I believe that Trump will win, but again, Gavin Newsom is a hell of a slick talker, right? So I don't know, right? Assuming that everything is fair, which is a big assumption, I still would give Trump the advantage. But with Gavin Newsom basically now conducting foreign policy, he is the chief marketer for the Democrat Party, it has become clear that he's definitely going to be the guy. And it doesn't seem like he's going to wait till 2028, okay, to run. It seems like he's gearing up to be president now. But then again, I don't know. Maybe all this could be long game 2028. I mean, it's almost guaranteed now that he's running in 2028, right? We know for certain he's at the very least running in 2028. Again, the question is whether or not he's going to pull the trigger before then. And what he's doing seems to suggest that it seems to be more and more likely that it's a possibility, okay? Because the guy is essentially acting as the president of the United States and the de facto leader of the Democrat Party. So, hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.